Okay, mini ramble because I'm getting pissed off again, which is usually what happens when I go online. But I have been seeing a lot of new witches. Well, just since 2020, there's a lot of new witches in general, but especially in the black magic sphere, like black magic, Satanism. And oh my fucking goodness, these people piss me off. This has always been an issue, especially since I've been a witch in this lifetime. I'm young. But it's really visible right now because of the internet, right? There's a lot of particularly white people, might I add. I've seen like maybe two people of color and like a sea of white people doing this. Um, Wearing crosses specifically, or religious imagery from that religion or, type of religions. A lot of people wear these symbols without understanding how, like, triggering they can be for people, especially when you're entering into a black magic space. They're not just accessories, right? They are symbols with real power and meaning that have hurt a lot of people for a long, long fucking time. And a lot of people who come from, I don't know, who like just recently left that religion don't have care for that because they don't know what it's like to be victimized by it, you know? But when you're going into a black magic space, especially as a white person, you're going to meet people and interact with people who are incredibly triggered by that. Because for like their entire life, they have been victimized by it, and it has been a symbol of their oppression. And like, especially because the black magic space, it's black for a reason. It is like, when we talk about black magic, it's a term that is kind of vague, but is generally talking about magic traditions and cultures and religions that are made or created by people of color, particularly black people, like voodoo and hoodoo. Those are, when you think of black magic, a lot of people think of voodoo and hoodoo for a reason and a very, historical reason. When you're going to those spaces and you're wanting knowledge to fuel your own magical path, right? That's a selfish act, and that's okay, but you have to have respect for the people that you're getting this knowledge from, right? And if you're going into that space with a symbol of the oppressor around your neck, that is not okay, without any thought to how that might trigger anybody in this space, or how that might, when you're going to a sacred space especially, it's like that is not okay. That is not welcome. It's not just an accessory. It's a serious thing. Yeah. And these traditions as well, I feel like a lot of people are like looking at voodoo and hoodoo and things as like, well, even though those are closed practices, but broader like black witchcraft as something interesting to gain knowledge from, for to use for your own practice. And that's okay, but you have to have respect for where that all comes from and for the people that you're getting that information from and what you can and can't take, right? It has to be consensual, and it has to be um with respect, right? I feel like a lot of people aren't doing that. And if you're learning fucking black magic on TikTok or Instagram or any social media, you're getting some fucked up, skewed version of it that is disrespectful most of the time to the actual tradition, right? Because you gotta remember, these traditions and these cultures and these practices are like voodoo and hoodoo were built from people who were slaves, right? Like they were very powerful for a reason because they come from a lot of pain and a lot of it was a way for these people to maintain their culture. You can't just like view this as some fun fact or bit of knowledge that you can use with no acknowledgement of where it came from, because also it's not going to work. Like if you're trying to do magic, black magic, and you don't understand it and you don't respect it, and you if you're trying to do voodoo and you're not black, first of all, also it's not going to fucking work for you because it's an ancestral tradition. And if you're not black, And if your ancestors were not victims of the slave trade, it will not work for you. It's a very ancestral tradition. And it's just selfish and unfair, and it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's also, if you are working with, this is a different topic, but it's connected. If you're working with black magic or trying to work with black magic and you have not uh decolonized your mindset or fixed any spiritual racism you have, it's not gonna fucking work because you're trying to do black magic while still being love and light, right? Those completely contradict each other. You can't be a white witch and do black magic, right? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. You cannot learn everything there is to learn about witchcraft and black magic especially from fucking online spaces and take off the fucking cross. Oh my goodness. Take off the fucking cross. That pisses me off so much. Like, it actually fucking infuriates me. It makes you look like a fucking idiot. It makes you look like an idiot and an asshole who's disrespectful and doesn't know what they're talking about. Personally, I'm probably not gonna fucking like you because it's a really triggering symbol for me. And this is why I'm saying it's a very triggering symbol for people, because I am one of those people. And my religious trauma isn't even that fucking bad. So I can't imagine for people who went to like residential schools or people who had to deal with the extremes of spiritual racism their whole life. Yeah, anyway, it's infuriating. So yeah, anyway, end of rant, I guess.